Good morning. We begin with breaking news. The Sedalia man accused of keeping his former girlfriend inside a box is now wanted for her murder. Right now, police believe they surrounded a home with James Horn Jr. inside, but they're not positive he is inside there. There are armed police outside James Horn Jr.'s home on East 15th Street in Sedalia. And here is a live look of Sky Tracker over the scene in Sedalia.
Police say that's where Horn held Sandra Sutton hostage inside a box for months before she finally escaped. Sutton and her 17-year-old son were found shot to death this morning inside a home in Clinton, Missouri. We have team coverage on this for you, a crew in Sedalia as well as a crew in Clinton. Let's go back to Sky Tracker right now and talk to Captain Greg, who's live over that scene. Captain Greg, what are you seeing right now?
Lindsay, this is a older established neighborhood here in Sedalia on the east side of town. You can see that there is still a police presence here, although when we got here an hour ago it was more, and originally that the police did respond very heavily to this. That presence has backed off some, so we're trying to get a better idea on exactly what's going on down there, but things have, at least for now, quieted down here just a bit. Lindsay?
Thank you, Captain.
That's what we've heard as well, Captain, from some of our police sources we've talked to, that they're not positive that James Horn Jr. is actually inside his house. So we're trying to get more information. We have crews there in Sedalia, also in Clinton, where the murders took place. Let's check in first with 41 Action News reporter Dia Wall, who's been covering this story from the beginning, and she is outside that home on East 15th Street. What's the latest, Dia?
Hey guys, you're absolutely right. They are not certain that James Horn is inside that home, but police tell me they're not taking any chances. This is really a neighborhood on edge. We're going to take you to my left. You can see just the number of residents out here in the late morning watching, waiting to find out what is going to happen. Now, I spoke with the Sedalia police chief just moments ago. He told me at last check, Sandra Sutton was in a women's shelter in the county. Now, he won't tell me the exact location, obviously, for her safety and the safety of the other women who live there. But when they got the phone call this morning that her body, unfortunately, had been found there in Clinton, it was a shock to them. Now, I did see tactical units getting prepared. We're not sure what is going to happen here at the scene as the morning develops, but we're continuing to learn more, and they're really trying to just piece together what happened and find out if James Horn is indeed inside this home. But for now, we've been pushed back another block. We're really just trying to take precautions and talk to more of our law enforcement sources and see if we can kind of piece together more about this story for you. Reporting live in Sedalia this morning, Dia Wall, 41 Action News.
Dia, I know schools are trying to prepare as this situation was unfolding. What has been happening with them?
Well, right now, the major case squad is meeting in Clinton. Now, that meeting started at 10 o'clock. No telling when it's going to be out. That's why we have not yet heard from police or the Pettis County Sheriff's Office or police in Clinton. They're trying to get together, get on one accord to really get a handle on what happened there in Clinton and what relationship that has to what's going on right now here in Sedalia. But again, I mean, it's just unreal to the people who live here that this is happening again, that there are so many police out here. I can tell you they've cleared out every house that's on the same street in the 800 block of East 15th, and all the people who have appointments at the health center here to my right are being sent home. They are not taking any appointments. Earlier, we reported about the schools in the area. We've just found out from a resident who lives here, all the schools in the city are on lockdown. So although they don't have confirmation that James Horn is indeed in the home, they are not taking any chances. Once again, just want to keep everybody safe because he is considered both armed and dangerous this morning. Dia Wall, 41 Action News.
All right, thank you for the update, Dia. And this is a suspect who we told you about was accused of locking his girlfriend, his former girlfriend, inside a box for months. She ended up being shot to death this morning along with her son. Police believe this is the suspect, James Horn Jr. He is also a convicted rapist and kidnapper who has served time in prison. Now, this Sedalia is where he lives, but the scene of the murders this morning is in Clinton, Missouri, about an hour away.
Again, that's where Sandra and Zach Sutton were found dead this morning. 41 Action News reporter Brenda Lise Gonzalez is there live. Brenda, what's the latest?
Right, this is the home where this woman, Sandra Sutton, was staying with her son. There is a relative's home. We believe it's her brother's home. Now, right now, police are investigating here at this home. This is where the relatives, after work, came home and found Sandra and her son shot dead. Now, right now, forensics team just went inside of the home. They've blocked off the home, although they haven't blocked off the street in front of this home. Now, they've been searching for Horn since Sutton escaped here after she escaped from the home where they were at. We now know that she hadn't filed for an order of protection that would have allowed police to arrest Horn had he been caught near this area or anywhere near where Sutton was staying. We don't know whether police recommended she get this order of protection. Now, earlier this morning, police held a briefing with the major case squad who's now assisting in the case. We're here in Clinton still searching for more details. Now, police will hold a press conference earlier this morning. We will be there, and we will be sure to inform you as soon as we get there. Reporting live in Clinton, Brenda-Lise Gonzalez, 41 Action News.
Brenda-Lise, thank you. So here's a breakdown of how this happened this morning, unfolding in Clinton, where police say family members got home from work just before 4:30 this morning and found the victims, Sandra Sutton and her son, Zachary. Then about an hour later in Sedalia at 5:30 this morning, and about an hour away, the Sedalia Democrat reports police blocked off the area around James Horn's home. They told that paper that it was from good police work that a car had been found that they believed belonged to him or Sandra Sutton. So we have all of the latest updates from today on 41 Action News app. It's a free download for Apple and Android. We have reporters on the scene that you've seen and on the way as well to bring you the very latest this morning. Right now, Dia Wall has been in Sedalia. She is watching all of this begin to unfold. She's your go-to for up-to-the-minute reports. They're on her Twitter. And reporter Brenda-Lise Gonzalez is in Clinton, where authorities found the two murder victims. Reporter Brian Abel and Shannon Halligan, they're also en route today. We're going to bring you this full story all day long. And as always, follow us at 41 Action News at kshb.com for updates as this unfolds. Patrick.
Yeah, we will continue to keep you up to date on this. We're standing by for that news conference later this hour of what police know. But for now, here at 11:06, let's get a check of the forecast with Kaylee.
All right, we're looking at a much better picture than what we started off with today. We're looking at clear blue skies out there as the clouds have cleared. It is beautiful. I've been watching the polar bears of the Kansas City Zoo out of the picture at this point, but beautiful sunshine there as we start this warm up. We're actually warmer right now than we were all day yesterday. Yesterday we topped out at 54. We're at 57 currently at KCI, 58 in Lawrence, 56 in Harrisonville, 58 in Bethany, and 60 right now in Chillicothe. Temperatures by noon here will be right around 60 degrees, topping out later on this afternoon right about 66 as the high temperature. Now tonight, as we go into the evening hours, temperatures are going to be once again on the cold side. 8 o'clock 61, but by the time we hit our low temperature, we're going to drop into the mid-40s once again. Mostly clear skies for the rest of the day today and into the evening hours. And as we go through the weekend, we're going to talk about the weekend forecast. And speaking of the weekend, Kansas City Parks and Rec are probably not going to open this weekend because the water is too cold. Temperatures need to be 70 degrees or more for those pools to open. So some impacted spots include the Springs Aquatic Center, Swope Pool, Brush Creek Community Center, and KC Spray Grounds. We've got a complete list of the pools involved on our website, kshb.com.
All right, thank you, Kaylee. We're still following this breaking news. A standoff in Sedalia. Police believe the suspect is inside the home. Sky Tracker over the scene. This is a convicted rapist and kidnapper who is accused of murdering his former girlfriend and her son early this morning in Clinton, Missouri. We will keep you up to date and bring you the latest here on 41 Action News today.
We continue to follow breaking news where police are at a home in Sedalia looking for a suspect, James Horn, who they believe is the suspect in a double murder. Sandra Sutton and her 17-year-old son, Zachary, were found shot to death this morning in Clinton, Missouri, about 4:30 when a family member came home and found the bodies.
Now, Sky Tracker, as you see, live over the scene. Let's talk to Captain Greg again. When we spoke to you a few minutes ago, you said police presence has decreased. Are they still at the scene of the suspect's house? And what is the latest right now?
Yeah, Patrick, that's right. This area is cordoned off. In fact, it seems like several blocks are. There is a fairly minimal police presence here. We have seen officers out in that cordon with long rifles, which is a sign of certainly a tactical situation, but not necessarily in a tactical position. So we're going to continue to see what they do here, but it does seem at this point they're trying to at least clear that home that has been the subject of where that individual may be. And like we heard earlier, this part of Sedalia, which is really kind of in the heart of it on the east side, has really been affected by this. A lot of things have slowed down or completely stopped here in this part of otherwise very sleepy Sedalia. Guys, back to you.
And again, thank you, Captain Greg. We don't want to give people there a false sense of security. We cannot get confirmation from police if this murder suspect is still inside the house. So we're trying to get more information. Police are supposed to have a news conference sometime in about a half hour or so. We'll try to bring you more information then.
And police have been looking for James Horn for several weeks now after Sandra Sutton called police escaping from a box that she says she had been kept in for months. We're going to keep you posted on this story and the latest developments on 41 Action News and KSHB.com.
Welcome back. We continue to follow breaking news here at 11:15. Take a look. This is the suspect accused of 2 murders this morning. Police are trying to find this man, the Sedalia man, who's accused of locking his former girlfriend inside a box. He is now wanted for her murder and the murder of her son. Right now, police can't tell us for sure exactly where he is. They do have a house surrounded in Sedalia. They think James Horn Jr. might be inside.
There are armed police outside a home on East 15th Street in Sedalia. That's where SkyTracker is live right now. Over this active scene, though, Captain Greg has told us that police presence has certainly dwindled over the last hour. The Sedalia Democrat saying that police have blocked off that block since about 5:30 this morning, an hour after police discovered those bodies of the victims in Clinton. Sutton and her 17-year-old son found shot to death this morning inside that home in Clinton, Missouri. We have team coverage on this for you, a crew in Sedalia as well as a crew in Clinton right now.
Now, Captain Greg was telling us earlier that they have moved back the police presence, spread out the how many blocks they have blocked off. So that could mean one of 2 things, that either they think that the suspect is inside and could be more of a danger than they first thought, or they're spreading this scene out because maybe they think that he has escaped this house if he was inside there. But we're not sure. We're waiting on a press conference from police to try to get more information to find out where is this suspect. Is he inside this house that they do have surrounded or not? Not a lot of activity right now around that house. They've just spread the perimeter back a few blocks. Now, 41 Action News reporter Dia Wall is on the ground near the house. We're going to try to contact her. She's gathering the latest details as well, trying to find out more about that.
And she had learned a couple of things just in the last 10 minutes. We now know that police in Sedalia told her they believed that Sandra Sutton had been in a women's shelter and were shocked to find out that she was in the Clinton area. We also learned that all of the schools in the Sedalia area are on lockdown, not taking any chances with James Horn Jr. possibly on the loose.
Now, there's also a health center that is nearby this scene that is closed down, is not taking any appointments. That's just another example of how this is impacting the town of Sedalia this morning after these 2 murders in Clinton, Missouri, and now the suspect believed to be somewhere in Sedalia. We're going to bring you the latest as we learn more details. Stay with us for this developing story. For now, let's get an update on your forecast with Kaylee Dion.
A lot to talk about weather-wise going into a holiday weekend, and we finally see some sunshine, which is great, right? Will it last? That's the question. Here's a live look at the downtown skyline. Beautiful shot there in Lawrence as well. Just a few clouds out there. Winds are light. If you look at the flags, and what's nice, enjoying this weather at our One Park Place camera here, you can look at the dog park. A lot of the dogs enjoying the beautiful weather that we have out here this afternoon, and we have temperatures that have warmed up. 57 degrees. This is warmer than we got all day yesterday, so that's 2 thumbs up, right? 10 miles per hour is where our wind is sitting out of the northeast. And if you look, Chillicothe's at 60 degrees, but most of us staying in the 50s this afternoon. So if we look as we go into the peak heating time of the day, that's about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 66 as the high temperature later on. This is still about 10 degrees below average, so it's still cool, but again, better than we were yesterday. Another cool night tonight with mostly clear skies, so temperatures are going to be allowed to drop with light winds, so coats are going to be necessary once again tomorrow as you head out the door. But quickly, as we go through into tomorrow late morning, we'll have clouds in here. We'll see mostly cloudy skies out there through the day. May have a peak of sunshine here and there. And when it comes to rain tomorrow, what you're going to notice is going to be cloudy, but it'll be mainly dry. Now we'll have a chance for a few showers going into the evening hours. They'll be very very isolated, and there'll be very light rain, if anything at all. We may have a few sprinkles here and there, so you just have to keep an eye out and watch the radar. But tomorrow might actually turn out to be another nice dry day for you. Going into Saturday morning, the chance for a few showers and thunderstorms moves in as early as late morning. So that's one of the days we're going to have scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the entire day. So if we look here, we have a forecast headlines that are our questions on our Facebook page. We're holding a tribute to Veterans Parade on Monday morning in Raymore, Missouri. What can we expect with the weather? This is just one of the many questions about Memorial Day weekend. So let's start with one of the events going on Friday. Friday night Royals game, 64 degrees out there, cloudy and cool. Again, there's a chance of a light shower, but for the most part, we should stay dry for the game on Saturday, or on Friday. On Saturday and Sunday, we are going to have to watch for scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. Saturday, a better chance for a washout Sunday. So Sunday, if you have tickets to the game, you're going to have to keep an eye on the afternoon hours. At least temperatures will be a little bit warmer. Lake forecast. If you are heading down to the lakes, really all of them are going to have a chance for showers and thunderstorms throughout the weekend. Again, the best chance to get a couple of dry times in there is going to be Saturday. Otherwise, it's going to be cool at the Longview Lake. Temperatures only going to be right around 70. So Memorial Day, a lot of events honoring our veterans and those that fight for our country, and you're going to have to watch. You may have to bring some of those events inside or cancel them because rain likely all day long at this point. I'm hoping as we get closer and we get better updates, I'll have some better news. But temperatures will be a little bit warmer. But between now and next Wednesday, we could see another 1 to 2 inches of rainfall on top of what we already have. So if we look at our rainfall for the year, we're above average, and we are going to be even more above average, and actually flooding could be a concern going into the weekend forecast. By next week, we'll warm up, and for the end of next week, looks like we may actually dry up. Guys?
All right, thank you, Kaylee. Again, back to this breaking news. We have crews on the ground in Sedalia, Missouri, getting the latest on this murder suspect accused of murdering his girlfriend and his former girlfriend and her son. And we want to go to Dia Wall, who is live there now with the latest. Dia.
Hey guys, I've just learned that parents have been contacted in this community. Every school in the city is shut down. Kids are on lockdown until this is over. Right now, police again have pushed us back quite a distance. More units are on the scene, and of course we've seen a few trucks pull in as well. Now, this man is considered both armed and dangerous, and they really want to keep people back. But I mean, in my direct view, I can see at least 50 or 60 people out here trying to just really get a handle on what's going on. They're telling me they want to know what's happening because this is their community and they want it to be safe. And of course, I've had the chance to talk to both Sedalia PD and the Pettis County Sheriff's Office, and they won't confirm for me that this man is in one of the homes on the block, but they are not taking any chances. Again, just armed officers are standing by. You can see one right there, a couple units there surrounding the home. So we're really just trying to get a handle on what's going on, what the next steps are in trying to get this man off the streets. Again, he's considered both armed and dangerous this morning. So we're going to continue to talk to our sources, try to piece together more of this story for you, and bring it to you later in the show, online as well at kshb.com. Dia Wall, 41 Action News.
Dia, thank you. We're going to continue to follow this all during our show and all day on kshb.com and the 41 Action News app. Again, police in Sedalia looking for James Horn Jr., a suspect in the murder of his ex-girlfriend, 46-year-old Sandra Sutton, and her son, 17-year-old Zachary Sutton. Welcome back to continue this breaking news at 11:26. A breakdown of what has happened today as police are searching for James Horn Jr., suspected in the murder of his ex-girlfriend and her son. This started in Clinton when police say about 4:30 this morning, family members got home from work and found the bodies of the victims, Sandra Sutton and her son, Zachary. Then about an hour later in Sedalia, which is also about an hour away, at 5:30 this morning, the Sedalia Democrat reports police blocked off the area around James Horn's home. They are still looking for him right now. In the last hour, Clinton High School tweeted out a tweet from them that says, "We are heartbroken over the tragic and senseless loss of Zach Sutton and his mother. Counselors are available at CHS. We'll continue to follow this story both on air and online. A lot of questions and fears in Clinton and Sedalia, so be sure to check KSHB.com, our Twitter and Facebook pages for 41 Action News. We are constantly posting updates, as are our several crews in the field. Live pics right now is Sky Tracker over that scene in Sedalia where police are searching for James Horn Jr.
It is 11:30. We're following breaking news as police are searching for this Sedalia man who's accused of 2 murders this morning. He is accused of killing his former girlfriend and her son. And police are also about to give a news conference. We're standing by for a news conference in the next few minutes about the latest of the murders that happened in Clinton early this morning and the search for this suspect in Sedalia, Missouri.
So you're watching Sky Tracker live over that active scene in Sedalia. Police say that is where Horn held Sandra Sutton hostage inside a box for months before she finally escaped. She escaped at the beginning of this month. She and her son were found shot to death in Clinton, Missouri this morning. Let's talk to Captain Greg Borden. What is happening right now at this home? You've seen the police presence kind of dwindle, right, Captain?
Well, Lizzie, we have. It's kind of come and gone a little bit. We do understand that police have got some clues that that this individual is in the area, but we don't have any way to confirm that. There has been more movement down there, although still at this point we don't see anything that would be the typical tactical formation or posture that we've seen in the past. So a little bit more activity in general in this neighborhood over in Sedalia, but nothing confirmed yet. Guys, back to you.
All right, Captain, thank you. Sutton and her 17-year-old son were found shot to death this morning inside a home in Clinton, Missouri, about an hour away from Sedalia. We have team coverage on this for you. A crew in Sedalia where they're looking for James Horn, as well as a crew in Clinton, Missouri.
And as we should tell you, James Horn Jr. has a criminal past. He's a convicted rapist and convicted kidnapper who has spent time in prison. And 41 Action News reporter Dia Wall, she is on the ground right now in Sedalia following this search for this suspect. What's the latest? Are police telling us anything yet?
You know what, Patrick and Lindsay, police have gotten very quiet here lately. They're asking us to stay out of the way. We've been pushed back a few different times in the area, but they have the entire block evacuated for the people who live there. They've asked all of them to leave their homes. That happened earlier this morning. And right now they have it surrounded on all sides. Nobody in and nobody out. There's a little bit of movement right now, but again, they don't have any confirmation that they've let us know about that James Horn is indeed in any of these homes on this street, but they're not taking any chances. Parents who are standing here watching and waiting alongside us tell me in the last few minutes their schools have called to let them know that their children will not be allowed outside until this situation is rectified. So all the schools in Sedalia are on lockdown, not just the areas here. We're standing next to a health center, and right now anyone who shows up who maybe had appointments or was scheduled to see a doctor is being turned away, even the walk-ins. We don't know if these people are employees or if they are just patients here, but they're being told to get out of the area. Now, we have been talked to by police a few times, but not with any real details. I talked to the Sedalia chief a little bit earlier this morning. He told me at last check, Miss Sutton was staying at a women's shelter in the county. Now, he won't give me the exact location for her protection and for the protection of other women who may be there right now, but just really a tragic situation that they're trying to get a handle on. We will hear more from police once the major case squad in Clinton gets to talk to officials in Pettis County and officials here in Sedalia so they can all kind of team up, share the information they have to figure out what needs to happen next to find this man and get him in custody, because he is considered both armed and dangerous. But I mean, it's really tense out here. I mean, I wish I could really explain it for you a little bit better, but everybody's watching, everybody is waiting, and it's the middle of the day. I mean, it's really just something to see an entire community that's on edge behind this one man who allegedly locked someone in a box for months, and somebody who is considered both armed and dangerous, a suspect in a double murder. So we're going to stay on this for you all day. We're going to have a crew headed to talk to police and get an update during that press conference that's set to happen in a little while. But right now we're going to go and keep an eye on this situation for you. We're reporting live this morning in Sedalia. Dia Wall, 41 Action News.
And let me ask you a question, Dia. As far as the people in that neighborhood, what have police told them? Are they telling them to stay inside since they don't know exactly where this suspect is? Have they evacuated any homes? What are they saying to people in the community?
Well, Patrick, they evacuated all the homes that are right there on the 800 block of East 15th Street here in Sedalia. They have not told people to leave yet, although there is some activity right now. Police are coming, and they're asking us to move back again right now. So at this time, we're going to have to break so we can follow orders by police. We'll be back to you later in the show.
Telling you why they keep having you move? Do they have any new information? What's the reason they're having everyone move? All right, looks like she lost connection, but we'll keep on top of that, find out what's happening. We're also standing by for a press conference. We're hoping to hear a news conference from police in Clinton, where these two murders happened earlier this morning. Lindsay?
And we have all the latest updates on our 41 Action News app. It's a free download for Apple and Android. We have reporters on the scene and on the way to bring you the latest all day today. So right now, Dia Wall, who you've been hearing from all midday, has been watching this beginning to unfold. She's your go-to for up-to-the-minute reports. She is tweeting as this develops. And reporter Brenda Lise Gonzalez, she is in Clinton, where authorities found the two murder victims. Reporter Brian Abel and Shannon Halligan are also en route, and we're going to bring you this story again all day long. And let's look at something that Shannon just tweeted. She just found our first picture of one of the victims in this tragedy. She found what looks to be a school picture of Zachary Sutton, who was found murdered alongside his mom. They are working to get details for you, just as the stories of the victims start to come out of all of this. As always, follow our 41 Action News page for updates as this all unfolds.
All right, let's take a live look out here on a beautiful blue sky here, where conditions have improved very nicely as we have moved through the day today. It's nice out there. It's a little bit on the chilly side still, but still we're warming up, and we're not done. We're going to warm up into the 60s today. 58 degrees downtown, 59 in Topeka, 60 in Chillicothe, 57 in Warrensburg, 59 in Harrisonville. And we're still warming up. By about noon today, we're going to be sitting right about 60 degrees. 65 by 3 o'clock this afternoon, and 66 by the time we get to 5 o'clock. That's what our high temperature will be for today. Our average is right about 76 degrees, so we're still a little bit below average, but we are making progress from yesterday. Yesterday we hit the coldest day, or May 20th ever, at 54 degrees. So that was a record. Clearing skies will continue. If we look at the rain chances, though, as we go into really the holiday weekend, a lot of people wondering about these rain chances. Looking at Friday, Friday's a low chance. Most of the day you're going to see mostly cloudy skies. You may see an isolated shower pop up here and there, and if it does move in, it's going to be very light. So Friday is not going to turn out to be a bad day overall. Saturday goes up, scattered showers and thunderstorms, so where it's not going to be widespread, but it's going to be popping up, and you're going to have to keep an eye on the radar. Sunday, though, unfortunately, Sunday and Monday are looking like widespread showers and thunderstorms throughout all day Sunday and all day into Monday as well. May have a brief time period Sunday morning where you'll be dry, but it will be brief. Then going into Tuesday, it drops a little bit, but that chance for rain is there Tuesday and Wednesday as well. Between now and Wednesday, we could tack on another inch to 2 inches. So severe weather, not an issue as we go into the weekend, but flooding could be a concern. So you're going to want to stay with us with 41 Action News as we bring you the forecast. There will be changes as we move forward, and we'll bring those to you, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Kaylee. We are going to be staying on top of the breaking news in Sedalia and Clinton, Missouri, all for you on 41 Action News Midday and kshb.com.
Yeah, we are following the search for a suspect, convicted kidnapper and rapist who is now accused of 2 murders. The murder of his ex-girlfriend and her son in Clinton, Missouri. The search is on in Sedalia, Missouri, where police think James Horn Jr. is. Here is the picture of the suspect. This is who police are searching for. They continue to expand the perimeter, as you saw with our reporter Dia Wall. She just told me the reason they moved her is because they're bringing the SWAT team in. So we're going to try to find out the latest for you, see if they have any more information on the suspect, his whereabouts. Schools there are taking precautions on lockdown, keeping kids inside the buildings, and some businesses closed in Sedalia as well. We'll have the latest when we come right back here on 41 Action News Midday. We're back following breaking news. It's been 7 hours since a 911 call of 2 people murdered in Clinton, and police are now looking for this suspect. In Sedalia, Missouri, James Horn Jr., who is from Sedalia, living there, that's where police think he is now. He's accused of killing his ex-girlfriend and her son in Clinton, Missouri. Early this morning, about 4:21, is when Clinton police got the call. This is a live look from Sedalia, where actually video from Sedalia. Our crews, police continue to have them move back as they expand the perimeter, trying to find the suspect. Our reporter said they were moved back because SWAT team is coming in. And also in SkyTracker, which has been over the scene, police have told SkyTracker to move away from the scene. So there may be something happening now as they're bringing in SWAT. So we'll keep an eye on that. We're also waiting for a news conference in Clinton to start any minute now. We have a crew there as well. We will keep you up to date on this as we learn more information.
This home where police have been searching for James Sutton is where they say that he held Sandra Sutton hostage inside a box for months before she finally escaped earlier this month and called police for help. Sutton and her 17-year-old son were found shot to death this morning inside a home in Clinton. We have team coverage on this for you, a crew in Sedalia as well as a crew in Clinton, Missouri, and we are starting to learn more and more about the victims. We will keep you posted on everything on KSHB.com and 41 Action News. Let's get right now to a breaking news conference in Clinton, Missouri about these two victims. Listen in.
47 years old of Clinton, or that's where she was residing at the time of her death, and her son, 17-year-old Zachary Sutton. These folks were discovered by other family members who resided there with them at the house. Those family members had been away working the overnight shift, and when they came home to the residence, they discovered Sandra and Zachary had passed away. It appears initially that they had passed away as a result of gunshot wounds. The investigation has led us to the fact that Sandra was a victim in a crime reported by a lot of local news media around the first of the year, where she was held for approximately 4 months, at times in a wooden box, by a subject named James Barton Horn Jr., who was her boyfriend. That occurred in the Sedalia area. After she escaped that and informed police, that subject was not apprehended. He remained at large and was wanted for kidnapping and armed criminal action. Sandra apparently moved over to Clinton to stay with her brother and his wife at this residence on Franklin Street where this occurred. It's unknown at this time when exactly she did that. The suspect in this case, James Barton Horn, we believe took the vehicle from the residence that Mrs. Sutton had been driving. That vehicle was recovered in Sedalia, Missouri at Bothwell Hospital. The residence that he held Miss Sutton in earlier this year is not far from there, and as I understand it, that's the residence where they believe he may be in at this time.
Do you have any sense as to how he figured out that they were here in Clinton, or how long he'd been looking after him here?
We don't. We do know that he was aware of this location here. We know that he knew where that house was located at, according to some family members.
Was she still in protective custody?
She was not in protective custody. Several folks have asked that. Why didn't the police protect her? Why was she not in protective custody? The fact is that we didn't know she was living in our community. And as far as I can tell from checking, she has never even sought an order of protection against James Horn. So
you know if the Sedalia police knew that she was in Clinton?
I do not know if they knew where she was at either. We're still investigating those type of issues, and I'm going to be talking to a victim advocate who spoke with her and see if anyone did know. But we were not notified that she lived here, neither by her or anyone else. No one requested extra patrols. We were not aware that type of situation even existed.
How did you learn about her car?
The family members told us.
After they
that her car was gone, yes.
Any evidence, and I'm sorry, I couldn't hear over all this time. Has there been any evidence that Warren had any contact with the last?
We have no evidence that he'd been in contact with her since that time. That's something we're absolutely going to be looking into, though, as to whether or not, you know, he had contacted her, sent her any messages or anything like that. Of course, that will be examined.
Did it appear a forced entry into the house, or was there a struggle?
I don't know if that's been determined yet. We're still actively working the crime scene, so I don't know if there had been any forced entry or a struggle at this time.
Have you recovered any digital cell phones, devices like that?
I don't know. I don't know if they have. Where inside? I believe that the young man was located on the stairs, and Miss Sutton was in one of the bedrooms there at the house.
How many times was the victim shot?
We don't know. I don't know on that. We won't know that definitively until we have an autopsy and an examination of the evidence there.
Is there reason to believe that the person who did the shooting knew that the other family members would be gone and timed it that way?
You know, we don't have anything definitive on that either. I mean, we can guess that maybe he did because he was in a situation prior to all of this occurring, you know, the incident in Sedalia included, where he was employed with them at the same employer over near Sedalia. So he did have an understanding of what their shift work entailed, when they came, when they left, things of that nature. So certainly that is a possibility.
The boy was found dead on some stairs.
It's a two-story structure. It's just the stairs going upstairs.
Did he live there? I mean, he was there, but did he live there with his aunt and uncle while his mother was gone?
We believe, yes. He was residing there with his mother and his aunt and uncle.
Was he living there before she got there?
No. No, he wasn't. We'll have another update. Go ahead.
Do you know if has anybody been protecting Mr. Horn, or any evidence of that, given that he's been on the land for so long, for a terrible thing and then commits this terrible thing?
No, we haven't found that anyone's been harboring him or providing him with any support, but he does have extended family members in west central Missouri, so there's a possibility that he was staying somewhere. But we hope to figure that out and, you know, find out.
Are they in? Is there people that help harbor him?
Well, if they knew that he was wanted and they provided him you know, aid and comfort and, you know, and financial support, there's a possibility that they could be convicted of a crime for that.
Where again was her vehicle spotted?
The vehicle was a white Ford Crown Victoria, and it was actually listed in our be on the lookout bulletin that we issued this morning at the onset of this incident, because we knew that it was missing, and it was located at Bothwell Hospital over in Sedalia.
What do you tell people here or in Sedalia now that he's still at large?
What we tell people is please, you know, look at the media, the things that you folks are creating and broadcasting. Look at his photograph. Make sure they're familiar with that. Look for anything suspicious. You know, he is at large. He is a dangerous person, an extremely dangerous, violent person. We believe that to be true. And if you see him, please don't approach him. Just let law enforcement know where he is at, and we will contact him.
Sonny, I don't know if you know anything about this, but a few weeks ago, right after this, you know, the woman and the box came out, there were a lot of talk about Warren supposedly going to turn himself in, that the police had been in touch with his relatives. Is any of that true? Did any of that pan out?
I heard that he had made some statement to someone somewhere that he had some loose ends to tie up, and then he was going to turn himself in, something to that effect. Whether that included, you know, this business here in town, I don't know.
Do you guys know what kind of gun was used?
No.
Just a point of clarification. James Horn, did you say that he worked with the Sanders relatives?
He did. They all worked at Tyson Foods over in Sedalia. And they all worked together, and that's how they initially became acquainted, from my understanding.
Can you talk a little bit about the Sedalia connection, the house?
You know, I don't know that much about it because it's not a case that we've actively been involved in over here in Clinton.
In terms of it being surrounded right now.
Oh, well, you know, the Sedalia Police Department has an operation in effect over there, but I don't know any details of that. I tried to get some right before we came on, but they're still conducting their operation there to determine if James Horn is inside of that dwelling.
Quickly to wrap this up, police still looking for James Horn Jr. This is Clinton police telling us a few things we didn't know, that Sandra and her son were living with Sandra's brother in Clinton, Missouri. He was working the overnight shift, came home and found them, and that James Horn Jr. worked with Sandra's relatives together at Tyson Foods in Sedalia. But we want to get to Dia Wall right now.
Yeah, Dia is in Sedalia where the search is still on for James Horn Jr., who you heard police say is considered armed and dangerous, very violent as well. Dia, what's the latest you're hearing there?
Well, right now I'm standing with Sergeant Bill Lowe from the Missouri Highway Patrol. And can you tell us what's going on right now?
Well, right now we're just we've cordoned off the area. We're looking for a suspect involved in the homicide in Clinton, Missouri, and we believe he is in a residence in this area. So we have our SWAT team trying to make contact with him and hopefully come to a peaceful resolution.
Have you made any contact thus far?
We have not had any contact.
And what's the next step from here?
Well, the next step is just trying to make sure that he is, in fact, in one of these residences, and it's just at this point, it's just a waiting game.
Yeah. And I know you guys are extremely busy, but we keep getting pushed back. Can you tell us kind of what that precaution is?
Well, we want everybody that's, you know, to be in a safe proximity. We don't want you in harm's way. And if we can, you know, give you a bigger gap of safety, then we're going to do that. Other than that, that's the only reason why we do that.
And then for people who are watching at home, I mean, should they be concerned? I know there are a lot of fears out here. This is a pretty small community.
Right. Well, obviously, when you have a subject that's wanted for homicide anywhere, you know, it's a dangerous situation. Right now, we feel like he is contained, but we're again trying to make sure that our information is correct, that he is contained in one of the 2-3 residences.
All right, Sergeant, thank you for your time. I know you got to get back to the situation there. We have been asked to get Sky Tracker out from overhead just so we don't reveal any of SWAT team's movements as they try to make contact again with the suspect, who they do now. We have confirmed with Missouri State Highway Patrol they believe he is inside. So we're going to kind of get back to the scene and get a handle on what's going on. We'll come back to you later in the show. Reporting live in Sedalia, Dia Wall, 41 Action News.
Dia, thank you. Questions and tensions still high in Sedalia as this all unfolds.
Yeah, searching for this double murder suspect, James Horn Jr., and we will bring you the latest as we get more information. For now, let's get an update on your holiday forecast. Here's Kaylee Dion.
All right, guys, yeah, we're going into a holiday weekend. Weather is very important, and we have a lot to talk about. Here's a live look at a beautiful sky view at Adams Mark Hotel and Cocoa Key Water Resort sky view. Clear blue skies out there. Finally a dry day where we've had just rain and clouds and seeing the blue skies of people out enjoying the dog park here in our One Park Place. Luxury condominium sky view plaza. Great day to be on the plaza. We've warmed up to 59 degrees. Winds out of the north at about 9 miles per hour out there. 61 now downtown, 62 in Lawrence, 62 in St. Joseph, 60 in Chillicothe, 59 degrees in Harrisonville, and 57 in Pleasanton. So as we go through the rest of the day today, 66 is where we're going to top out later on this afternoon. So we're going to continue to see these beautiful clear skies. Clear skies, light winds are going to allow our temperatures to really drop tonight. So another cold evening where you're going to need to grab the coat if you're going to be out and about tonight or into tomorrow morning. Rapidly, we'll start to see the clouds increase out of the southwest going into Friday morning. In regards to the chance for rain on Friday, we're going to notice the majority of the day is dry. As we go into the evening hours, the potential is there for a few very light showers. Now, if we can squeeze out a few showers, it's going to be very light and it'll pass through rather quickly, becoming more scattered as we go into Saturday. So Friday and ending up to be a overall not bad day. Looking at Saturday, here we go, watching it move in the western edge of the viewing area. Again, very scattered, but showers and thunderstorms are likely. I want to touch on another one of my Twitter followers who's asked, hey, the T-Bone's open on Friday night. How do we need to dress for the game? Friday night, it's going to be a bit on the cool side. When you go to the game, so I would go ahead and grab a sweatshirt as you head out for the game. Now, for the Royals game as well, same thing. Make sure you grab a sweatshirt. 64 degrees at first pitch on Friday night. but for the most part staying dry. Pack the poncho with you, because as we get toward the end of the game, you may see a light shower out there. What about Saturday and Sunday? The forecast is going to be a little bit more difficult for Saturday and Sunday. Saturday night, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures are going to fall into the low 60s. And then Sunday afternoon game, rain will be likely on Sunday. This one's going to be a little bit more widespread, and delay, we'll have to watch for that on Sunday. Look at the weekend lake forecast here. If you're going to be heading down to the Lake of the Ozarks, it's going to be a little bit warmer. Table Rock, same thing, but rain and thunderstorms are likely at both. A little bit cooler at Longview Lake. Memorial Day, Monday, the forecast, a lot of parades honoring our veterans. It's going to be a nice mild day, but again, Sunday and Monday are both going to be days where rain's going to be likely throughout the entire day. So you're going to have to watch for some minor flooding, and you may need to bring some of the events inside. Between now and Wednesday, we could add on another 2 inches. This is saying 3 inches. I think that local heavier amounts may have 3, but that's on top of what we already have, and we are so saturated. 3/4 of an inch of rain in the rain bucket for the year so far. We're above average by 3/4 of an inch. So adding on top of this is a little bit concerning going into next week. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Changes will be going on as we go through the rest of the weekend. And if we look at 73 degrees on Sunday, 75 Monday, so we're finally warming back up as we go into the beginning of next week. But those rain chances will be with us. Lindsay?
All right, Kaylee, thank you very much. We want to get back to this story now and show you our first looks at the victims in this. Sandra Sutton and her 17-year-old son found dead this morning in Sandra's brother's home in Clinton, Missouri. Police just told us that they were living with her brother and that Sandra's relatives worked with James Horn Jr. at Tyson Foods in Sedalia. So here's a breakdown of what happened today. This started this morning in Clinton when police say family members got home from work in Clinton just about 4:30 this morning and found the victims, Sandra Sutton and Zachary. Then about an hour later and an hour away in Sedalia, the Sedalia Democrat reports that police blocked off the area around the home. They believe James Horn had kept Sandra locked in a box for months until she escaped this January. This investigation began on April 30th when police say Sandra called them hysterical. She told police Horn had kept her contained in a box for months there. These are the conditions that she described: a flashlight, reading materials. This is on KSHB.com if you would like to look at this for yourself. Right now it's 12:01. Let's go to 41 Action News reporter Dia Wall. She's on the ground right now. Dia.
You know, Lindsay, this situation is really tense. It's hard to explain what the feeling is because it doesn't look like there's a lot happening. But right now I can tell you, people from Sedalia PD, Pettis County, Missouri State Highway Patrol are walking back and forth in communication with each other, really trying to figure out what's going on. We've heard several calls over the SWAT team's horn. We can't really capture that with our cameras due to the distance, but we can hear them audibly trying to make contact with who we can only assume is James Horn, because they believe that he may be inside. We, of course, still cannot get confirmation that they know he is in there, but they are taking, again, no chances. The SWAT team has the street blocked off, and they're pushing us back for our safety, we are told. Right now, there are still residents out. Even though we've been pushed back several times, residents are still out here trying to figure out what's going on. So the Missouri State Highway Patrol Sergeant Lowe just told me that their goal is to make contact with him first. A lot of people are asking, why don't they just go in there and take him, see if he's in there, and make whatever moves they need to at that point. But they really want to minimize the damage in this situation if James Horn is indeed in a house there on the 800 block of East 15th Street here in Sedalia. So right now they're still trying to make contact. If they do, we will give you the update at the very latest here on air and online at KSHB.com. We have team coverage from Clinton to right here in Sedalia. So we are going to stay on top of this story for you and bring you any developments. We're reporting live in Sedalia right now. Dia Wall, 41 Action News.
All right, thanks for the latest there, Dia. Yeah, again, the double murder suspect, police believe he is contained in one of a couple of houses there in Sedalia that they have surrounded. They've extended the perimeter there in Sedalia after the 2 murder suspects were found early this morning in Clinton, Missouri, and that's where police in Clinton plan to hold another news conference. We just brought that to you live a few minutes ago. Clinton police plan to hold another news conference at 1 p.m. just about an hour or so from now.
We will cut in for that, and we will carry that live on our 41 Action News app. If you aren't going to be by a TV in an hour, you can download that and carry it with you.
We'll have that there here on KSHB. 41 Action News, our app, and kshb.com. We'll see you then.